try to look at the troubleshooting here. These two routers, Corp and Branch, have EIGRP configured on them. Show the running configuration here. Router EIGRP 20. I did the see, and it's got an auto summary. I've done the auto summary because of the problem I'm having with Packet Tracer doing a no auto summary by default. So router EIGRP 20, 192.168, and it's advertising the networks 192.168 and the 10s. So it's advertising the two networks that are connected to it, directly connected to 10.1.1 and the 192.168. It says variably subnetted, 2 subnets and 2 masks in this thing. Show IP EIGRP topology. Passive, we have a successor, but it's saying that everything is here, that I own it, because, and that's because of that auto summary. So we'll get rid of it, I guess, to start with. I just want to come back to this router. And this was router EIGRP 20. No auto summary. And that it's still not working though, because you notice that we didn't have any EIGRP routes. We didn't have any. We can show IP EIGRP neighbors, and we don't have any. So they're not talking to each other. The process that he's using here is show IP protocols, and it's going to give us some good information. EIGRP 20 is running. It gives us the metric weights, k equal 1, 0, 1. So bandwidth and delay, the ones here are the ones that are turned on. So bandwidth and delay are the only thing that it's actually using. Routing to gateway, the distances, internal. And this is internal. This is the administrative distances, 90 internally and 170 externally. But external is beyond the scope of what this course is about. It's Enhanced Internal Gateway Routing Protocol. Redistributing EIGRP 20. Redistributing means that it's sending those routes, and the routes that it's getting, it's incorporating. We can do manual redistribution. If we had two different routing protocols on a router, it had OSPF and part of it in EIGRP, we'd have to redistribute the routes into the other protocol. So it's doing that already. Maximum metric, the variance is 1, which is the default, which means that it's only going to do balanced multi-path, and the hop count is 100. So this looks like it's pretty much the standard configuration in this one. So the next thing I want to do is to show interface 00/0/0. Maybe this one's 0/0. Some of them are 0/0/0, some of them are 0/0. In this one, the bandwidth 1544, which is the standard, what we saw before, and delay is 20,000 microseconds, which is what we saw before, right? And then we can look at the other things that are in it. MTU 1500 bytes, the internet address that's on it. Yeah, because it was the 192.168. Look down at it. It kind of looks pretty much the same also. It was an up, I think, in here somewhere, outgoing and ingoing interfaces, and it probably somewhere tells us that it doesn't have, or it should tell us it doesn't have an access control list on it. So this one looks in pretty good shape, except for the auto summary. We fixed that. Now go to the branch, and the branch is the one where most of the errors are, by the way. Let me get out of here. So we could show IP protocols in this one. Let's do this one first because the EIGRP metrics, and you notice in here that the metrics are not the standard. The other one was 10100, all right? This one is 10000. So what it's telling us, and I'm just curious, I want to show the interface right now. Show interface 00/0. Its delay and the bandwidth and delay here are messed up, 512 and 30,000. And I'm kind of running all these things together. Show IP route. The show IP route, we still have the summary. So now we know a couple of things that are wrong with this thing. Our metrics don't match. Our bandwidth and delay don't match. We have auto summary. Let's do the easy thing first. Let's routery EIGRP 20. No auto summary. Let's do the easy thing first. And then while we're here, if I can remember the command, which is metric wait, so we can change the metrics, and we do the question mark. It tells us to the type of service, and this is the one that I love. Type of service, only 0 is supported. So 0 and the question mark. K1, we wanted that to be 1, right? Question mark. K2, we wanted that to be 0, right? Okay, yeah, it's 0, 1, 0, 0. K2 is the one we want to be 1, right? K2 is going to be 1. And K3 is going to be 0, right?
1 and 3.
1 and 3?
K1,
yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, see, he messed us up. 0 is the type of service. The first one, K1 is 1, right? K1 bandwidth.
But now why in the book does he have 6 digits?
Because the first one is a type of service and it can only be 0.
Okay.
0, 0. Is that right?
So 0,
The
1,
6
0, 1, 0, 0.
Is that right?
What do you got in the book anyway?
Yeah.
That ain't always right. We show IP protocol.
So now then we look, okay, K1 and K3 are 1, everything else is 0s. We still need to fix the interface, right? Because we looked at it. 0, 0, 0, and we can do no bandwidth and no delay. Still don't have any adjacencies, though, do we?
And the next thing he said was show interface 0, 0, 0, 0.
Yeah, we did that. Oh, no, this is the EIGRP. Both of them were EIGRP 20, right? EIGRP 20. So, that one, we did the no auto summary. What else could we have messed up on this thing? Oh, I know.
Show IP, EIGRP neighbors.
I couldn't quite do what he did. I'm on Corp. There is an access list. Now, you can do an access list on EIGRP. This one's just an access list. So let's get rid of it. No. Access list 10. And that was one of the things that we had to do. And we're still not there. Okay, let's go back to this one. I had the recording off. If we show our neighbors, we do have a neighbor here. And let's show IP route. And we do have an EIGRP route to get to the 10.1.1. I was looking for it to pop up and say that it had an adjacency, but it's got the adjacency. So, on this guy, where am I on branch? Let's see if we can ping 10.1.1.1. And we can do that, so the routes are working. A number of things, the metrics, the big one that absolutely have to be. The bandwidth and delay kind of need to match, but they don't have to. It'll always default to whatever the lowest one is. So with that, we'll stop the troubleshooting.